Hey everyone, and welcome back to Chavez Cycling. It's great to have you here. If you're new to the channel, this is your home for all things cycling in daily life. We're not about expensive gear or crazy speeds. We're about the pure, simple joy of riding your bike. Today, we're stripping it all back to the basics. I get so many questions from new riders. Chavez, what do I really need to get started? The internet can be a confusing place, throwing a million different products at you. It's overwhelming, and honestly, it can take the fun out of it before you even begin. That's why this video is so important. We're going to talk about the top 3 beginner's cycling essentials you can't skip. And I mean can't skip. These aren't just accessories, they are your foundation for safety, comfort, and confidence on every single ride. Think of them as your cycling starter pack, the holy trinity of a happy rider. So grab a notepad or just lend me your ears for the next few minutes, because this is the advice I wish I had when I first started. All right, let's start with the most important one, the absolute non-negotiable. I'm talking about your helmet. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Do I really need one? I'm just riding around the neighborhood. The answer is unequivocally yes. Your brain is the most incredible and complex thing you own, and it's also incredibly fragile. A simple, low-speed fall can have serious consequences. A helmet is your single most effective piece of safety equipment. It's not about being a pro, it's about being smart. But here's the crucial part that many beginners miss. It's not just about wearing a helmet, it's about wearing a properly fitted one. An ill-fitting helmet can be almost as bad as no helmet at all. So, how do you know it fits? Let me show you. First, the helmet should sit level on your head, not tilted back, exposing your forehead, and not tipped forward over your eyes. A good rule of thumb is the 2-finger rule. You should be able to fit about 2 fingers between your eyebrows and the bottom of the helmet. Next, let's talk about the side straps. These should form a V-shaped just below your earlobes. You can adjust these sliders to get them right. It should be snug, but not uncomfortably tight. Finally, the chin strap. You should be able to fit 1, maybe 2 fingers between the strap and your chin. It needs to be tight enough that if you open your mouth wide, you feel the helmet pull down on your head slightly. This ensures it stays put if you do have a fall. When you shake your head from side to side, the helmet should move with your head. If it jiggles around independently, it's too loose. Take the time to do this in the store. Don't just grab one off the shelf. Most bike shops will have staff who are more than happy to help you get the perfect fit. Remember, you're not just buying a piece of plastic. You're investing in your own well-being. It's the most important cycling purchase you will ever make. Don't let a few extra minutes of fitting or a few extra dollars stand between you and your safety. This is your permission to prioritize yourself. Okay, moving on to our second essential. This one is all about seeing and, just as importantly, being seen. I'm talking about a good set of bicycle lights. Many beginners think lights are only for riding at night. That's a huge misconception. In many places, it's actually the law to have them on after dusk. But the real secret of experienced cyclists, we use them during the day too. Why? Because of visibility. A bright, flashing light can catch a driver's eye from a much greater distance than you alone, even in broad daylight. Think about it from a driver's perspective. They're dealing with traffic, road signs, pedestrians, and 100 other distractions. A flashing light cuts through that noise and announces your presence. It turns you from a passive object on the side of the road into an active, visible participant. You'll need 2 types of lights, a white one for the front and a red one for the rear. Your front light has 2 jobs, to help you see the road ahead in low light and to make you visible to oncoming traffic. Look for one with at least a few modes, typically a steady beam and a flashing option. The flashing mode is fantastic for daytime visibility. Your rear light is arguably even more critical for being seen by motorists approaching from behind. A bright red, flashing light is your best friend. It alerts motorists to your presence long before they get close. Again, look for multiple modes. A simple, consistent flash is often the most effective. Now, let's talk about power. You'll see a lot of options, but for most beginners, a good set of USB rechargeable lights is the way to go. They're convenient, you don't have to keep buying batteries, and they hold a charge for a long time. Just get into the habit of charging them after a couple of rides, just like you charge your phone. Make it part of your routine. Mounting them is simple. The white light goes on your handlebars, and the red one goes on your seat post. Make sure they are positioned so they are clearly visible and not blocked by bags or your jacket. Investing in a good set of lights is an investment in your confidence. When you know you are visible, you ride with more assurance. You feel less like a guest on the road and more like you belong there. And that feeling, that confidence, is priceless. All right, we've covered your head with the helmet and your visibility with the lights. Now for our third and final essential, which is all about self-reliance. It's the one thing that will save you from a long walk home, a basic puncture repair kit. Getting a flat tire is not a matter of if, but when. It happens to every cyclist, from the seasoned pro to the absolute beginner. It's a rite of passage, but it doesn't have to ruin your day. Being prepared for it is the difference between a minor 10-minute inconvenience and a major ordeal. So what do you need? It's actually very simple. First, you need a spare inner tube that matches your tire size. You can find the size written on the sidewall of your tire. Just buy one or two to have on hand. Second, you need a set of tire levers. These are small plastic tools that help you pry the tire off the rim. Trying to do this with your fingers is a recipe for frustration and sore thumbs. And third, you need a way to inflate the new tube. You have two main options here: a small hand pump that attaches to your bike frame, or a CO2 inflator. A mini pump is reliable and reusable forever. A CO2 inflator uses a small cartridge to inflate the tire in seconds, which is super fast and easy, but the cartridges are one-time use. For a beginner, I'd recommend starting with a reliable mini pump. All of this fits nicely into a small bag that tucks right under your saddle. It's out of the way. You won't even notice it's there until you need it. Now, here's the most important part of this essential. Having the kit is only half the battle. You need to know how to use it. The side of the road with cars whizzing by is not the place to learn for the first time. My challenge to you is this: practice at home. One afternoon, when you have some free time, watch a tutorial video. Heck, I have one right here on the Chavez Cycling channel, and go through the steps of taking your wheel off, removing the tire, and putting it back on. It might seem intimidating at first, but I promise you, after doing it once in the comfort of your own home, you'll feel like a superhero. This skill is incredibly empowering. It means you're not dependent on anyone else. You can ride further, explore new routes, and have the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can handle one of the most common problems you'll face. It's a true badge of honor for a cyclist. So there you have it, my top 3 non-negotiable essentials for any beginner cyclist: a properly fitted helmet, a reliable set of lights, and a puncture repair kit with the knowledge to use it. Notice I didn't mention fancy jerseys, expensive carbon fiber parts, or high-tech GPS computers. All that can come later if you want it. But these 3 things, they are your foundation. They're about safety, visibility, and self-reliance. Master these, and you're not just someone who owns a bike, you are a cyclist. You're ready for the journey, for the freedom, for the simple, beautiful joy of the ride. Thank you so much for joining me today. What do you think is an absolute essential? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Chavez Cycling for more tips to make your cycling life better. Now get out there, be safe, and enjoy the ride. I'll see you in the next one.